let the dogs out? Who 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 let the dogs out?
Everyone, Pup Twigs here, episode number 8 of season 3 of Unleashed, and I've got my guest joining me, Pup Russ, all the way from Albany, New York. How are you?
I'm good.
Awesome, glad to hear it. So, so I like to dig it right into it and everything. And first, I like to find out about the inspiration behind your pup name, Pup Russ.
Well, actually, it's actually the short form of my father's middle name. I chose it as a way to just honor how supportive he was to me while he was still alive. So, because he passed back in '07.
Okay. I like when people do that. I have uh, a cousin that's no longer with us, and his name was Russell, and he always went by Russ or Rusty.
Yeah, my dad's middle name was Russell, so that's where I got that from. Because I wanted to keep it short, but I didn't, when I chose the name, so
Sure.
just kind of
Awesome.
wanted to keep one syllable.
Yeah. Well, also, is there any kind of a story or significance around the colors of your puphood?
Well, actually, I mean, I wouldn't say like anything really like not like really anything big, but basically, uh, with some of the local pups as well as also some of the ones that come from out of town for certain events.
Mhm.
We don't get a lot that that have green, and I didn't want to feel like I was copying anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, there were a couple other colors I was kind of playing around with that I was thinking about, and uh, I was consulting another friend of mine that's a pup. I don't know if it's okay to drop a name.
Sure, sure.
Uh, he goes by Pup Ventus. He and he actually helped me choose the colors. He said they kind of because I've got hazel eyes, and
Hmm.
part of one of the colors of my eyes is green, and he said it kind of made the green pop a bit.
Okay.
So yeah, I kind of I trust him. So he so I took his advice and went with the green.
And I do like that I almost think it's kind of a hunter green.
Yes, that's what it's marketed as when I have to buy it and buy it when I bought the hood and had to buy accessories for it.
Uh-huh. All right, awesome. Well, how long have you now been a pup in our community?
Actually, I'm actually coming up almost on 3 months now.
So very, very new.
Very new. I consider myself pretty much a newborn. Yeah.
Well, and that's okay. We all start from somewhere, right?
Yes.
So in that short period of time, have you found what part of being a pup has been the easiest for you?
Um, well, I mean, well, pretty much like once I put the stuff on and get in the mindset, I I just feel more myself, more free. Just just I'm just more comfortable. I mean, with myself, just in general.
It's almost like a
And
protection that we
so,
have around us.
yeah, it's almost like I kind of with one of my partners the other day, I kind of compared it to like kind of compared it to like coming out of the closet for the second
Yeah, I hear you.
time.
I gotcha.
So
So what have you found anything to be more difficult in the short time that you've been a pup?
Well, I mean, like, well, recently I took a cross-country trip and wanted to get like a ton of, pictures, like this and everything, like
Uh-huh.
everywhere I went. Because the trip was, it was on a train, so tons of stops, up until you get out
Oh,
west.
yeah.
And so, uh, I I kind of found it difficult to have to try to explain it to people,
Yes.
because I kept getting a lot of questions. And I mean, like the Amtrak personnel, they were wonderful with it. They let me get some pictures that, you know, that normally, most people probably wouldn't even be allowed to get. But I kind of, felt like I had to kind of like make some things up in order to be able to, really explain it.
Yeah.
Like I just said that, like I would end up telling people that the pictures were like for a friend's website, yada yada, just to find a way to make it seem, for lack of a better term, less weird to them.
Yeah.
So,
No.
and less off-putting, especially also when uh, when we ended up, because apparently a lot of Amish people travel by train.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to kind of find a way to explain it to them. I mean, they know what the internet is. They know what uh what a website is technically. But it's just that they I kind of scared their kids.
Yeah, I can understand that.
And so I had to at least explain it to the parents in a way for them to be able to explain and calm down the kids. So,
Okay. Yeah, I can
and
understand.
but I still had to make stuff. It still felt like I had to make stuff up in order to really explain it, because I'm even still really learning pretty much every side of it. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I've
That's-
I've got some good examples around in the area. One of which actually I know you've interviewed before.
Oh, well, that's good. I like that.
Yep. The He goes by Korag.
Yes. Yeah, I know Corig. Yes.
Yeah, he's really local to me. So,
Awesome. That's good to
and
hear.
we go to a lot of the same events, and he was actually one of my inspirations for that made me decide to dive into the lifestyle. So,
Oh, wow. Okay, good, good. So I know you've been only 3 months in this, but what advice would you give somebody that's just now wanting to get into the pup community?
now that's one I'm not really sure really how I would answer that, but maybe just if it seems fun, if it uh, if you just you know if you think that it's going to help you be m- more you,
Hmm.
then at least give it a try,
Uh,
because you can always give it up if it's not something
that's right.
that you end up really like.
Give it a try, see if you like it, and go from there.
Exactly. And if you're able to, have find others that that have been in it long enough to kind of show you the ropes and such. You know, if the it, you know, usually most are very
Yep,
very kind and helpful. So,
agreed.
if you can find somebody that can also help teach you, definitely don't be afraid to ask.
Oh yeah, exactly. So what caused you 3 months ago to want to embrace and become a pup? What was your inspiration?
Well, I mean, I was like I kept attending a lot of like we have a lot of like leather and bear events that are all like combined together,
Yeah.
and usually that's the only time in in the area that you usually see most of the pups all come out. I mean, sometimes you'll see them now and then, in their you know every day, but
Yeah.
in their everyday stuff. But as a pup, you usually only see them come out during any of the local events, so which are pretty far between compared to most larger cities.
Okay. All right. Well, I added this question
And,
for season three because and it sounds like you do some traveling, but if money were no object for you to travel, where would you want to go in the world?
well, um, pretty much, like not really any specific place.
Okay.
Um, more, for me, it would be more not really the destination, but who and how I decided to go with and get there.
Okay.
Um, like even though I'm okay with flying, I kind of prefer the trains a bit because it's fun to see the scenery.
Okay.
But if it was to like go overseas, I would actually prefer, like some kind of like long distance cruise or whatever, even though I have not yet been on and do occasionally get seasick. But also, you know, in doing any of that, I would, prefer to actually, just have people I'm comfortable with to travel with.
Yeah.
And if money was no object, I'd be taking as many of my friends with me as I could,
There you go.
and just letting them choose the destinations.
Awesome. Yeah, I like that. So what is I know you said a couple of your friends or people that have been on here, but what does the pup community look like in your area, or do you have to travel a distance to get to pup events and things?
Well, I mean, like when we do have the occasional ones around here, um, yeah, we get maybe like a small handful, usually that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I mean, it's been starting to grow a little bit as far as, but I mean, but a lot of the ones we usually see at our events also come from out of town.
Okay.
Um, but as far as locally, um, let's see, uh, there's probably only like maybe four or five other than myself that I'm aware of,
Okay.
and then a few that I would consider, maybe like another two or three that I would consider semi.
Okay. So a fairly number. I mean, that's good to have that many, especially that are in your town. I've
Yeah,
interviewed a few on here that had no friends in their town, or none that they knew of that were pups.
right.
So if other pups wanted to reach out to you, how's the best way of them getting in touch with you?
Well, I mean, well, my Instagram would be one, which I actually have on the opposite side of my tag,
Oh yeah.
which I decided to do that in case I ever lost it, it'd be a way for somebody to contact me to be able to say they found it,
Oh, that's true.
which I actually have several anyway. So, um, but uh, but yeah, my Instagram, uh, for one, which it is Pup Russ, but it was technically already taken, so I had to I basically did it underscore pup underscore Russ underscore in order to make sure it was
Okay.
something it would accept.
Okay. All right. Well,
And then I have my Facebook, which is just Pup Russ. Um, two words, and uh, and then uh, I mean, I have a few not so safe for work profiles in a few places that I'm
Okay.
not sure if I should share.
I gotcha.
But yeah, those are the only two like that I would consider PG that for anybody to really get in contact with it.
Okay, awesome. Well, any last words you have before we get off of here?
Um, well, basically, I guess, you know, hmm, actually, I'm not sure.
And that's okay. You don't have to have them.
But but no, I mean, just basically, if it, uh, if everybody was more kinder to each other these days, the world would be a much better place, and probably even make newbies like me feel a lot more better, even trying this out more in public, even more than I did during my trip. Which, because I didn't know anybody, was the only reason I felt as comfortable.
And
Because they were all places I'll probably never be again.
and I agree. Treat everyone nicer, and this will be a better world we live in.
Yes,
Well,
exactly.
it has been a pleasure getting to sit here and talk to you for a little bit, and I know it won't be the last time that we talk,
Okay.
but I'll talk to you soon.
Yep.